Hey guys, Dave here, back again with another Driving Empire video. In today's video, I will be telling you about some of the best ways you can get pumpkins in Driving Empire, how to get some annoying challenges done, and also just getting one issue with the newest update fixed. So first of all, let's just get started with this little issue. Some parts of the map after this new update released got very laggy for some reason, and they usually get a lot of frame drops. So the best way I've noticed to fix this is just taking your graphics settings, which are over here, and just lowering them a bit, and usually you'll have no issues with these areas anymore. Maybe you get some slight frame drops, but it's nowhere near as bad as if you have your settings on your normal amount, whichever that may be. So that's basically it with fixing that little issue. It's annoying that you have to bump down the graphics quality, but from what I've seen in my experience, this helps it a lot. Anywho, regarding the pumpkins, the best way to get pumpkins has got to be just collecting them throughout the map, and it's way better than doing challenges, like by a long shot. So as you know, they just randomly spawn in throughout the map. However, I did notice that there's a few zones where they spawn the most. First things first, they don't spawn around the whole map. They only spawn around like a general vicinity throughout spawn, which you can see on screen right now. This vicinity is split into a few zones which I've noticed, and these zones can help you out a lot. So the first zone is around this little strip of the highway. This zone often has at least a decent amount of pumpkins. It's usually not the most you can find, but there's always a solid amount of pumpkins here. Then there's this little zone around the small airport under spawn. This zone sometimes has barely any pumpkins, but when it has pumpkins, there's usually a lot of them, and it's sometimes a very good zone to chill around in. Then you have a zone around the police station. This one is kind of random. Sometimes it has a lot of hotspots, while other times it barely has any pumpkins. However, this little hotspot, which you see right down here, has been stacked to the brim one time that I've seen it. Then there's what I like to call the two main zones. These zones around the highway zone usually always have a good amount of pumpkins. Like I swear, every time I've played, there's at least been a decent amount of them in these zones, and they also have their hotspots. For example, the white zone has this hotspot right at the intersection with this little city road. That place can sometimes have stupid amounts of pumpkins. And this other zone, which is right at the other intersection down the road, doesn't have as many pumpkins usually, but it also does have a really good spawning rate of pumpkins. Even if you pay attention to this map photo, you can see some hot zones which I didn't even mark with a decent amount of pumpkins. Now, they're really hard to spot on this kind of low resolution photo, but you probably can spot them out if you pay close attention or if I zoom in while I'm editing this. So yeah, best way to get pumpkins is just taking something like an Aventador SVJ, which accelerates and handles really good, and just going around collecting them. By the way, while collecting them, keep in mind that every single time you collect a pumpkin, you have to wait for this collection animation to finish before you can pick up another pumpkin. Now regarding some annoying challenges, I took some time to collect a few ones which I want to bring up. They're selling your cars or buying them, and winning/losing races. Regarding selling or buying a car, you should just go to the dealership and constantly buy or resell the Audi A5. It's the cheapest car in the game. I don't really care about it personally, so I usually do this with the Audi. It's not a limited car, it's probably never gonna be a limited car, so yeah, you may as well just go for it and just resell it. So yeah, here we go, sell the Audi, and that's this quest done. And would you look at that, now I have to buy a car. And I mentioned this in my previous video. You go back and then just purchase the Audi and quest complete. And now I have 3 race quests. So the best way to do the race quests is probably going to be doing drag races with your buddies. Drag races are the shortest races in the game, so may as well do the shorter races since it saves you a lot of time. If you don't have any buddies to do this with, just hope that you can find a server that has a really good amount of drag racing players, because if it does, that can help you a lot. I highly recommend the Aventador SVJ for this, especially if you're doing it against randoms. It's the fastest accelerating car for an acceptable price, and almost everyone uses this thing for drag races, so it's it can really help you out if people don't have better ping or premium boost. Here we go. And once again, would you look at that, I have some of the most annoying quests in the game. Buy a car, sell a car, and win a race. So this literally works as I just explained. Take the SVJ, win a drag race, and you'll have the quest complete. And for the other one, as I said, just buy and sell the Audi A5 It's probably the easiest way you can get these quests done. They're really annoying because there's nothing fun about them. Well, maybe racing is actually kind of fun if you have buddies to do it with, so you can do some better races. The buying/selling quest though, it's just stupid, and like when I first did it, I had to sell some cars which I cared about until I realized that I can just go buy a car that I don't want and just sell it again. I expected the selling quest to be rare, so it's like, oh yeah, here, just trim down your car collection. But no, if I sold cars that I had, I'd probably have like 5 cars at this point. So here we go again. Buying the Audi, quest complete. I have to buy another car. So here we go, selling the Audi to complete another quest. It's just, you can see the loop. It's super annoying, but you can't do anything about it. It's just dumb. Would you look at that, quest complete, and now I have race quests. Another thing is, on Bourgist's Twitter, he posted the exact amounts you get from each pumpkin. I don't remember the amounts, but here you have a screenshot of what they are, so yeah, keep that in mind as well. I don't really think it matters too much, but hey, it's still there. And the Halloween spoiler you get for picking up like 200 pumpkins doesn't give you a pumpkin boost, it's just there to look bad on your car. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope it was useful. If it was, please make sure to leave a like, maybe consider subscribing because I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's all from me, and good luck pumpkin hunting.